So imagine being so disobedient that God punishes you by letting your intestines literally come out of your butt. This is not an exaggeration, this actually happened to one of the kings of Judah. This story takes place in 2 Chronicles 21. King Jehoshaphat, a great king who honored and served YAHUAH, has just died. His son Jehoram, now 32 years old, succeeds the throne. But Jehoram was nothing like his father. In fact, he started his reign in the worst way possible, by ruthlessly killing all of his brothers to eliminate any competition for the throne. Now that's some savage Game of Thrones level drama. But he doesn't stop there. He goes and marries the daughter of one of the most evil kings in Israel's history, King Ahab. Quick side note, Ahab was so wicked that God declared he would die in the streets, and dogs would lick his blood from the street. Savage! And guess what? That's exactly what happened. And Jehoram marries that guy's daughter. He's batting 1,000 at getting on God's bad side. Because of his rebellion, YAHUAH allows Edom, a nation Judah had under its control, to rebel successfully. But instead of taking this as a wake-up call, Jehoram doubles down on his evil. He commits the ultimate sin, building high places for idol worship. Now that's a direct no-no and violates the very first commandment. The Bible describes his actions as he led Judah to prostitute itself. Nothing about that statement sounds good. And here's the kicker. Jehoram knew better. He had witnessed how his father Jehoshaphat served YAHUAH and how Adonai blessed Judah under his reign. He was raised in truth, but chose rebellion. That's why his punishment was so severe. This is why Scripture warns us. There's a special judgment for those who know God, yet still turn their backs on him. So what happens next? The prophet Elijah, the same Elijah who was Ubered up to heaven by chariots of fire, sends Jehoram a letter rebuking him and laying out his grim future. Elijah lists his reckless behavior, like murdering his brothers, leading Judah into idolatry, turning away from the covenant to name a few. And then Elijah drops the hammer, telling Jehoram that his own people, family, and possessions will be struck, and that he himself will suffer a disease that will rot his bowels. And that's exactly what happened. Judah's ops, the Philistines and the Arabians, invaded. They raided Jerusalem, strong-armed them for all of their wealth, and even took the king's wives and sons, leaving only one son, YAHUAH'S. Then came the personal judgment. God struck Jehoram with a painful, incurable disease of the bowels. Scripture says that after 2 years, his intestines literally came out of his butt, and he died in great agony. Yikes. And to add insult to injury, when he died, no one mourned him. The people didn't even honor him with a burial in the tombs of the kings. That's how far he had fallen. So what can we learn from this story? 1. Don't worship false gods above YAHUAH. He is a jealous God. 2. God is not to be played with. 3. Maybe don't betray and kill all of your brothers. And 4. Every action has consequences. You reap what you sow. We all fall short of the glory of God. None of us are perfect. But what YAHUAH will not tolerate is when we know him, know his truth, and still choose to rebel against him. That's a guaranteed path to some good old-fashioned wrath. So let's take this as a warning and a call to faithfulness. Stay faithful to YAHUAH, keep your heart aligned with him, and don't let the world lead you astray. I don't want to see any of you having your innards coming out in the toilet. I hope this message touched you in some way, like share and subscribe. May YAHUAH be with you and may his favor cover every aspect of your life. Be blessed, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.